edition of Roll to Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. I'm gonna give you what you asked for. You know, I haven't been live in a little minute. Usually I'll go live on Mondays. Matter of fact, I missed Friday too. I've been going for a little minute. But I'm back now. Got a special guest with us today. You know he's family. D-Town Boxing. What's going on, D-Town?
What's going on, family?
So listen, right? Want more people to come and join us. We're going to start and we're going to go right in. You know, I've been hearing from the people that I take a little bit too long to build the show up. But it's all good. You know, I got to give proper introductions. I got to give acknowledgments where they're due. Like double salute to my guy, All Things. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. Double salute to my guy, Andre Noble. He's also a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. I'm glad to be here today. I mean, everybody wanting to know what I think about Ryan Garcia's rants, the racial epithets that he used publicly. What are my thoughts on it? And I'm definitely going to give you all of my thoughts on it. You know, a lot of people been in my comment section based on some of the things that they were told by Champside a day after he came here last week. Let me address a little bit of that, and then we're going to go right in. Champside said on his channel, which he was here last Friday, not the Friday that just passed. He was here the Friday previous to that, if I'm not mistaken. And Champside said to me, here on this show, I had him on the phone. Most of you were here. He called me Marty. He identified me. He was respectful. I was respectful. I thought we had a good dialogue. Everything seemed to have been cool. But the next day, he went on his channel. And when he got on his channel, all of a sudden, his tone changed. All of a sudden, his tune changed. And this is not a shot at him, but I found it ironic when people were sending me the live where he went in talking about me. I just thought it was intriguing for me that when he was over here with me, we had a dialogue, he sounded regular. But the next day when he went on his channel, it sounded like he was talking like he was Hulk Hogan. But it was some things that he said that I just... There's a few things that he said I just want to address to clear my name and defend my honor and integrity as a man. First of all, Champside said, and this is the reason why I'm saying this now, this is my first time appearing live before all of you. So that's why I'm bringing it up now. Champside said, when I told him, and I told all of you, the audience, that I set on a video that was sent to me by a member and supporter of this channel that he did and published on June the 9th of this year when he said that Boots was with the SNAP program. Jerron Ennis was with SNAP. And he talked about the criticism that Boots do not get from content creators and others who allegedly are spreading a false narrative by comparing Boots' relationship with the SNAP program and Victor Conti with Devin Haney. And because I said I was sent the video 2 weeks prior, and I said that I was just sitting on the video, in other words is I didn't get an opportunity to really listen to it and dissect it, he interpreted that as the only reason why I was sitting on the video and not publicly saying anything about it when I first heard it was because I was waiting to hear his response that he had when he was coming at Ryan Garcia. He basically said that I waited so that when he was criticizing Ryan Garcia for the rant that Ryan Garcia did and the other things that Ryan Garcia said when both of them was talking, I came in to defend Ryan by putting that video out. That is a lie. I don't watch Champside. Didn't even know who he was, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to, because I know a lot of his supporters have been in my chat. A lot of his supporters have been in my comment section for about a week now. So I just wanted to clear the airwaves. I did not wait to talk about anything regarding his video to try to come in and to deflect or defend Ryan Garcia by what him and Ryan Garcia was talking about. I don't know what he take me for, but that's not in my character. Another thing I wanted to clarify, and I need everybody to hear me and hear me good. This is no beef, but if somebody speaks something about my name that's not true, most of y'all already know how I am. I'm going to come and tell y'all the truth. Now, he said that I did all of this because I was reaching and I was clout chasing. I would never clout chase anyone, period, whether they're on YouTube or not. I don't get starstruck at all. It's interesting to me, and I want to ask the people this. This is all rhetorical here. How am I clout chasing when my voice is loud on YouTube when it comes to the boxing community? What I got a clout chase for? I'm not clout chasing anybody. It's interesting that Champside said I'm clout chasing him, but when he was here, he told you all, and I can roll the tape on him. He said that he watched my show. That's what he said. The man said that I was intelligent. That's what he said. In fact, I confirmed with him because people been telling me that the man has used the mantra, roll the tape, roll the tape. I asked the brother. I asked him. I heard you be using roll the tape over there. You be saying roll the tape. I said, is that true? He said, yes, I might have used it a couple of times. That's what he said. So if all of these things that he said was true, how am I clout chasing him? I'm not mad. I'm just talking. This is my first time live, so I want to clear the airway so we can move on. I don't get starstruck by no famous person, no celebrity, none of that. Let me clarify something. I'm not media. I know I'm held to a standard as if I'm media because I have the YouTube channel, and look, that all come with it. So I'm okay with the standard being held against me. I'm not media. Okay? In other words, I'm not the YouTuber that report on fights and go to fights to get a wristband, to get free access to fights, to stick the phone or camera in the fighters' faces. That's not my strength. Have I done it a few times? Absolutely. But that's not my strength. So I'd rather stay in my lane. And my lane is what I'm doing right here. My lane is being a part of the business. My lane is educating each and every last one of you. And I respect and appreciate the media and all of those who do a good job with going to the fights, providing the boxing community with coverage of the fighters, of the promoters, etc. I support the work, but that's not my strength. And so my thing is a lot of these people, they're starstruck from these fighters. You should see the look on their face. You should see how happy they are. I be there when I be at certain fights. If the shoe fits, take it off and find a bigger size. But those people know who I'm talking about. This is no subliminal. I'm just saying a lot of people get starstruck. So when they get the YouTube channel, which if it wasn't for YouTube, you know that none of them would ever have access to none of the fighters or even getting into any event for free. Most of them. Let's keep it all the way on it. My point is, they'd be so happy, some of them. And by right, they should. But what I'm saying is, don't ever try to come at me and say I'm clout chasing. Never. Clout chase what? My voice louder than 80% of the YouTubers you see in the boxing community. What I'm clout chasing for. I don't want nothing that nobody else have on here. My lifestyle is not media. So I don't have to do this every single day. I do this to provide the business, education, and entertainment for all of y'all, whether you like me or not. And probably the least paid on this. But I do this because I love the sport of boxing. I love those that support me. I love the contributions that people make and has made from the beginning. Even if you just started watching me or contributing to the channel with your time a month ago, a week ago, it doesn't make a difference. I appreciate it. I just wanted to clarify those things because when Champside says that, because he has a large subscription base, people will run with the narrative that he's putting out there, and then they'll come and attack me in my comments section with absolutely no evidence, no proof, because he's been on YouTube, I don't know, 6, 7, or 8 years, I guess. I don't know. But my thing is, ain't no cloud chasing here. I don't have to defend Ryan Garcia by waiting for a video that I want to put out. I don't play little games like that, man. So I wanted to clarify that, and then we can definitely move on. Double salute to my guy. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew, Biz on the beat. What's up? Salute to everybody that's in the chat. I know what you came here for. I'm going to give you what you asked for. I'm going to give you what you asked for. I'm glad y'all are here because I wasn't even going to speak on it. At first, I said I was going to speak on it. Then I was like, I don't think I should speak on it because this channel is not even a channel that deals with race, relations, religion, or anything else outside of the context and the scope of the business of boxing. But you know, people are holding me to a standard because I'm a black man. And so we're going to deal with the realities today since I am a black man. You know, I asked the question to several people that called me about Ryan Garcia's rant. Several people, I mean, at least 7 people. 7. I had 7 private conversations about this topic. And at least 3 people asked me, Marty, are you going to speak on this? Because you know, people think you already taking up for Ryan Garcia anyway. You going to speak on this? And you know what my question was to all 3 of them and all of you? Why should I speak on this? My channel doesn't deal with race relations. In fact, since we're talking about Ryan Garcia using the N-word, you won't find one video, not on my channel, you won't find one video where somebody jumped on my panel, used the N-word, and I didn't tell them you can't use that language on this on this channel. Am I right about it, detail?
You right?
Every time someone jumped on my channel, in a panel or in my chat, and I heard or saw them say the N-word, I stop them right in their tracks and say, that's not allowed here. You can't use that word here. Actually, my quote is, you can't use the N-word, bro. And people usually say, my fault. I apologize. Sorry about that. And then we just continue with the dialogue. So my question was, okay, why am I being asked to speak on this? Is it because I have a loud voice on YouTube? Is it because people really genuinely want to hear what I have to say? Is it because people think I'm already defending Ryan Garcia? Or is it because I'm black? And all 3 answers came back that it's because I'm black. So, because I'm black, everybody's in my comment section all week long now. I didn't say nothing about it. And so now we're going to deal with it today. Why not? Double salute to my guy, Jeremy Austin. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. And thank you, Jeremy, for the first super chat of the evening. I really appreciate your contribution and your support to the channel. So now we're going to deal with it. But before we deal with it now, because Ryan Garcia went on a deep end. Everybody done spoke on it already. I figured I'd let everybody else shoot their load out, then I come and I deal with the conversation head on. Why not? But the thing is, we got to start with Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson fought on Saturday evening. And by the way, D-Town, and all of you that's watching live and living color and watching the replay of the live, Ryan Garcia's rant had more coverage throughout the whole entire week in the YouTube boxing community, and people forgot that Shakur Stevenson was fighting on Saturday. People forgot that Shakur Stevenson had a weigh-in on a Friday. People forgot that Keyshawn Davis was fighting. In other words, the YouTube boxing community wasn't given a lot of coverage for the upcoming fights. It was more focused and geared toward the algorithm of Ryan Garcia. Double salute, Mustafa Black Castle. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. I think this is my first time seeing you in the super chat. I really appreciate your contribution. Mustafa says in the chat, put your foot on Ryan's neck unapologetically. Ryan is throwing direct shots at you and people like you. What? I haven't heard Ryan Garcia throw a shot at me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't listen to all his interviews or whatever. I don't know if he threw a direct shot, at me, if he said my name. I don't know. But the bottom line is we're going to deal with Ryan Garcia unapologetic, like I always do. Ryan Garcia is going to get the same treatment I give everybody else. The treatment I'm referring to is called accountability. But I got you. I got something for Ryan Garcia. And I got something for everybody, because I know what you came here for. I'm going to give you what you asked for. I'm going to give you what you came here for. And I believe Detailed Boxing is definitely going to do the same thing. Now, let's talk about Shakur Stevenson, D-Town. I mean, he fought Saturday night. Before I get to the business side of what's going on with Shakur Stevenson now that he's fought, that was his last fight on Top Rank. What did you think about Shakur Stevenson's performance overall, D-Town?
I think he went in there and did what he was supposed to do. He fought a safe fight. He wanted to look good in his eyes. Boxing is to be hit and don't be hit. So I believe that that's what he did. Most people want to see a back and forth brawl. I remember they was talking about Mayweather running around the ring and like a chicken and all this kind of stuff. But I asked people, if you was in a fight, would you want to fight like Mayweather, or do you want to fight like Cotto or Gotti or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Just get all bashed up. And they told me, I want to fight like Mayweather. So what I see from Shakur Stevenson, he went in there, fought a safe fight. Most people want to see blood, want to see knockouts. They want to see back and forth, hit, slug, and all that. But these fighters, they don't want to get banged up like that. You know what I'm saying? So I seen the comments of people saying that it was a bored fight. He should have did more. But in Shakur Stevenson now, he felt that he did what he had to do.
Yeah. So do you think that Shakur need to switch up his style as far as just go for the knockout, whether it be early or late? Or do you think his performance was right where it was supposed to be as far as the fanfare, what the fans want to see, popularity-wise? Do you think he should go straight for the knockout or just keep doing what he's doing? I mean, what's your take on that, D?
I mean, he could have went straight for the knockout, but if he did, what if he would have got knocked out? Then people would have been ridiculing him, saying that, oh, he ain't nobody. He lost against this guy, whatever the case is. So, I mean, we can say what we want to say outside the ring when we ain't taking no punches. We not at any risk or any threat. But Shakur Stevenson, he felt that this man was a certain kind of threat. That's the reason why he performed the way he performed. I mean, maybe that's just what he know. You know what I'm saying? I seen interviews of Shakur Stevenson saying that he gonna pull out things that he never pulled out and whatever the case is. And we do hear these things before the fight. But the day of the fight, sometimes we see something totally different. And I understand the fans. The fans want to see an all-out brawl. We want to see him go in there and get the knockout. But if that dude would have lost, he got knocked out, Shakur Stevenson by this guy, would have never heard the end of it. So me personally, I think that Shakur Stevenson can do more. Me as a fan, I want to see him do more. But I mean, in Shakur Stevenson's mind, maybe he did what he could. Maybe that's what he got. You know what I'm saying? So as a fan, I can say he should have did more. But that's me. I'm not taking the punches. If I lay down, it's because I'm laying down and go to sleep. I ain't laying down because I got pain. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's different ways to look at it.
Well, the thing is, D-Town, that I think people, and when I say people, I mean the general consensus of fans. They'll say, like I see a couple people in the chat saying this, if you're going to go in there and not be able to get the knockout, or if you're going to go in there and be easy breezy, hit, not get hit, be a smooth fighter, dance on your feet, then stop talking like you bout that. This is what people are saying. Don't talk tough before the fight. Then when you get in there, the expectation level that people have gets reduced because you don't perform the way you talking. What's your take on that from a fan standpoint? I want to get to the business part, but I'm gonna let you cook on the fan part of it, man. Like as far as the sport of boxing, because most fighters always talking trash, but then when they get in there, sometimes things happen where they don't perform up to the expectation level. So should he stop talking tough before he get in there? I mean, because people keep on saying that because he's talking tough, they think he's gonna go in there and be tough. I mean, talk to the people, man. What's the fan? What's the mentality of a fan behind this?
No, what they saying is exactly right. I understand what they saying. I agree with you. Don't come out here acting like that you He-Man and you come out looking like She-Ra. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in this bad boy looking like, like you fit to do some Thundercat moves or whatever the case is, or some Super Saiyan moves, and you go in there just look like a regular Goku. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. If you're going to be about that with your words, get in there and perform. Because us as a fan, we heard this, and we don't forget nothing. I mean, I see some of my grandbabies. I told them some a year ago, they still remember. So us as a fan, we understand. You say you're going to do this, say you're going to knock them out. You say you're going to make easy work of them. You say all these different things. Guess what? I visualize it when he say it, but when he jump in the ring, I'm seeing where's Waldo. You know what I'm saying? He's playing a safe fight like it's 99-year-old man in there fighting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you gonna talk that game, the fans are gonna they want to see that. Like when Mike Tyson say he gonna do what he go in there and do what he do. You know what I'm saying? When Tank Davis say he gonna go in there and do what he do what he do. So don't say all this. Don't jump into videos and mad because fans. I remember seeing a video of Shakur Stevenson not too long ago, and I guess it was the fight that he claimed that he hurt his hand or he didn't do as good as he thought he should have. And fans ridiculed him because of that fight. And most fans, and most people, they look at the fighter based on their last fight. And people was ridiculing him. But he said that he made it look easy. Not this fight, but the fight I think before this. But you made it look so easy, you really didn't do nothing but run. You know what I'm saying? So don't talk all that rah-rah. Don't hype the fans up. Don't tell us you're gonna do this. He did get the knockout, but we wasn't on the edge of our seat. I mean, I'm back like this. You know what I'm saying? I had one eye open just in case if I seen something. The other one was asleep. I was like a dolphin. Half of my stuff was asleep, half was awake. But Shakur Stevenson, he just need to chill a little bit. Don't do all of that. Surprise us. Just calm down a little bit, and then guess what? When you fight and we see something, we're gonna be surprised. But don't get our hope way up here just to let us down. So I agree with everybody what they saying. The man need to calm down because He's around these other people who's all about that, and he jump in the ring and he's not about that.
Yeah, I mean, people are watching and waiting for him to get a knockout. But the thing is, there's a flip side to that coin. If you know that that's not his style, why expect it? I mean, that would be a question for the fans. Like, why expect him to knock someone out if you haven't seen him knock more than 10 people out? So if you go in there thinking, oh, Shakur gonna knock him out, and then he don't do it, I don't think that's fair to Shakur, though, on the flip side of the coin, that he gets criticized, because it's not Shakur's fault you expect him to knock this person out. And he doesn't have a history of knocking a lot of fighters out because that's not his style. And I think what happens is people want to see a win, but hey, let's keep it real. We want to see knockouts. The casual fan want to see knockouts and want to see a fighter let their hands go even if they don't get the knockout. So on the business side of it, this was Shakur Stevenson's last fight with Top Rank. They offered him an extension to re-sign with them a few fights ago. He turned it down. And he was in an interview. I saw this earlier. I didn't see the whole interview, but I did see the first maybe 20 minutes of this interview. And Shakur Stevenson said something in an interview he conducted with Cigar Talk. I don't know too much about Cigar Talk, but I did see that uh, Shakur Stevenson was on there, and they published a video today. Shakur Stevenson said when he was asked about why he didn't resign with Bob Arum, Shakur Stevenson said, I felt like what they were offering me, my value or my worth was higher than that. And I have to encourage and educate Shakur Stevenson like I did Terrence Crawford. And people criticize me time and time again because most people don't understand the business of boxing. But I'm going to have to educate Shakur. And I said this before the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight when they were at an impasse, when Terrence Crawford believed his worth and value, and he felt. But like I told Terrence Crawford through YouTube, through my channel, I'm going to say the same thing to Shakur Stevenson. In business, your worth is not based on how you feel and what you think. Your worth is primarily based on the people or entity or person that's willing to take the risk based on your performance, based on your presentation, and based on your projection of how they're going to A, recoup, and B, make a profit. This is just business. So with that being said, I'm hearing, I don't know if it's factual, but I think most people will heard this as well, that Top Rank offered Shakur Stevenson a $15 million guaranteed deal. That's a 5-year, $15 million deal.
For each fight?
No,
Oh,
total in 5 years.
oh,
Meaning that he'll get, I would assume, the maximum of $3 million every time he steps in the ring. That's his guarantee. Doesn't matter who he fights. That is his guarantee. $3 million. Now, what fighters don't understand, and what boxing managers like myself and boxing promoters understand, is the market. See, you can't say what your worth is as a professional athlete and not understand the market. You have to understand the market. So when you're offered something, you will know if what you're being offered is at least at the bare minimum the market value at the time of the deal being offered. Okay. And this is why I always say you're only as good as your team. Good representation in this business is priceless.
So I want to ask you a question. Um, if the offer is around $3 million, well, $3 million for 5 fights, do you think that the amount of money he's been making through his past fights was less than $3 million?
That's highly possible. Very highly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Very highly possible.
So he would have did better just making that fight with Devin Haney for what was that, 10%, or and making that fight with Frank Martin. He did better off making a fight with both of those guys, or at least one of those guys. At least he would have made his value go up a little higher. But fighting people that nobody knows and you want more money, like you said, it's a risk for the people who's putting up the money. I mean, like you said, Ryan Garcia, backlash was way overwhelming than even Shakur Stevenson fight, or even the build up to Shakur Stevenson fight.
Well, the only reason I would challenge a little bit of that, is the fact that Devin Haney's team that offered Shakur something, they were signed to a guaranteed contract, an exclusive contract with a promoter.
Yeah.
So was Shakur Stevenson. So was Frank Martin. All three of these guys was talking that we offered you this, or I didn't sign this. All three of them signed to a promoter exclusive contract. So you can't offer somebody something when a promoter offering you something. Talking about business wise.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of professional athletes, especially in boxing, once they get to a place where they are at an arena and a lot of people are there, or they have TV exposure or network exposure, they automatically assume I've arrived. I made it. Meaning that there is no level of advancement because of the exposure they get. And then they start feeling like their worth is up here. But when you look back at the numbers, they're not computing. There's a disparity with the numbers. And so people are saying that, like you brought up earlier, Shakur might go with Mayweather. Shakur might go with DAZN. Shakur might go with Oscar De La Hoya. Hey, Shakur might go with the PBC and Al Heyman. This is my thing. And I have to say this because it's in the same interview that Shakur Stevenson did with Cigar Talk. And I'm going to deal with Ryan Garcia in the whole situation with that in 1 second, but I wanted to point this out. Shakur Stevenson basically said that Top Rank and Bob Arum was treating him a specific way to hold him down because he's black and because Bob Arum and Top Rank have a history of keeping the black fighters down that they promote. He used Floyd Mayweather as an example, and he used Terrence Crawford as an example. Okay? Double salute again to Mustafa Black Castle. Thank you for your contribution and your support again, Mustafa. In the super chat, Mustafa says, not my first chat. I rock with you. I met you at an amateur fight in Philly. I told you keep up the good work. Ryan directly said he's anti-black. And the last time I checked, you're black, but I'm doing too much talking. Mustafa, thank you again, brother, for your contribution. And I appreciate the support, man. And you said that you met me at the amateur fights in Philly. I appreciate that. I'm sure I showed you love and you showed me love, brother. So it's all good. So you were saying it as you were making a general statement. I think that's what your super chat is saying, that Ryan Garcia, when he was saying the N-word, you were saying he was directly talking to me because I'm black and not making a general statement. I misunderstood what you said because I thought you were saying that he directly said my name. But you're saying that because I'm black, because he used the N-word, it was directed towards me because I'm black. I get what you mean now. Appreciate you again, Mustafa. We're going to deal with that. We're going to deal with all of that in just a few minutes. I want to deal with the business aspect of Shakur Stevenson so I can help the young brother out. Now, when Shakur Stevenson said that about, Bob Arum have a history of holding black fighters down. He did it with Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather was signed to Top Rank, he did it with Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford was signed to Top Rank. I got confused a little bit because the last time I checked, Jay Prince is Shakur Stevenson's manager, correct? Okay. Jay Prince was Floyd Mayweather's manager when he was with Top Rank, correct? Okay. Jay Prince is black, right? Okay. So where I'm confused at is Shakur Stevenson has a black manager who negotiated a deal with a white Jewish man and Bob Arum and those that represent Top Rank to get Shakur Stevenson signed over there. But yet Shakur is saying that the way Bob Arum and Top Rank treat black fighters are not right. So I'm just a little bit confused. You're only as good as your team in boxing. I know the old adage says that you're only as good as your last fight. But if your last fight ended when you knock somebody out, when you get in the next fight, you're not as good as the knockout. There's nothing greater than a knockout. You're only as good as your team that puts you in the right fights, whether you win, lose, or draw. So I want to start a new adage. Since I come from the business side of the sport of boxing, you're only as good as your team. And if your team is not right, if your team is not good, it does not matter how much talent you have. You're not going to excel in this business. You need good representation. I'm not saying that Shakur's representation is bad business. Obviously, it's not. Jay Prince is a good businessman from what we all can see, and he has a history of conducting business in different industries, and he has been successful at it. What I'm saying is, it just sounds confusing to me when I hear Shakur Stevenson say that Bob Arum and Top Rank hold the black fighters back or suppress the black fighters intentionally because they're black when Shakur's representation is black and help secure the deal so that he can get signed to Top Rank. That's just where I'm confused at. And not only that, Big Baby Jarrell Anderson, who is also black, he is represented by Jay Prince, and he's also signed to Top Rank. So I was a little bit, confused by why Shakur said that. If his representation is black, a black man who basically helped him ink the deal and represented him to ink the deal with Top Rank from the very beginning. Now, there's so many options that Shakur Stevenson has on the table as a free agent. He doesn't actually have to sign with any promoter. But the backside and the downside and the other side of that coin would be what is the market value and is he entertaining enough, appealing enough to galvanize the casual boxing fan to pay the money he think he deserves. Because if a promoter come in, the one thing they're going to want to know for projection purposes is, what did you do in your last 3 fights? Let's see what your live gate look like. Let's see what your numbers look like on ESPN Plus. Let's see what your numbers look like on regular ESPN. Let's see. Because we need to know, if we putting this money behind you, are we going to be able to recoup and possibly make a profit? No one gets in the business to lose money. You invest money, and there's a risk in that where you might potentially lose money, but we don't just wake up in the morning and say, I want to lose money, so I'm just going to just throw it at the wind. That's not good business. That's why Eddie Hearn said, when Devin Haney said what he said about that was nasty work, that Matchroom didn't step up to the plate and be involved in the purse bid. You heard what Eddie said. He said, I'm not interested in losing $1 million. That's what Eddie Hearn said. So already he's saying it's not worth the effort and my resources, especially when the guy's not signed to me, especially when a fighter's not signed exclusively to me. So what I'm saying is this, and I know people are not going to like this, but once you learn the business, if you listen to me long enough, you're going to learn the business of boxing. You'll understand what I mean. This is how we know that Top Rank has done a tremendous job with Shakur Stevenson, because there's a matchmaker over there. I keep saying his name over and over again. Brad Goodman, that put Shakur Stevenson in the right fight. He pushed Shakur Stevenson in some of the right fights for him based on his style. Not just him, I'm sure there's other matchmakers as well. But my point is, if we're talking about Shakur Stevenson, then that means that Top Rank did a good job with him. He got him the exposure, right? ESPN cut a check to Bob Arum so that Shakur Stevenson can get paid, right? So it's up to the fighter next to start producing. You see what I mean? So the promoter did his part in going to secure a deal with the network to get you exposed to a global audience. Now it's your job to make sure the fans want to come see you over and over again. Double salute to my guy, Deem, by any means. Thank you for your support in the super chat, Deem, and your contribution as always, my fellow Philly native. Deem says in the super chat, roll the tape, and Shakur should sign with GTD. He's guaranteed to the fight and be promoted right. Just a thought. Deem, that was a good thought. And Deem is saying that maybe Shakur Stevenson should go sign with Gervonta Tank Davis's promotion because it'll be easier to make the fight. I think that Shakur Stevenson right now, with the representation that he has, with an experienced, good businessman like Jay Prince, he should basically freelance. He should basically enjoy the benefits of being a free agent because he can make more money as a free agent. And and he's coming to the table. He is a champion, right? He has a title, correct? Shakur Stevenson? He got a belt, right?
You talking about this last fight that he had or before? Because I remember him and Frank Martin was supposed to fight for a belt last time I checked. Did he win a belt?
I think he did win the belt at 135.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. So he has a title that gives him more leverage, only because, of course, he would have to pay his sanctioning fees when he compete. But at the same time, he should be able to enjoy himself, not being exclusively signed to a promoter. Freelance, search the market, see how much the market is saying that this is the value of free agent professional boxers. And if he has to go back to Bob Arum, if they still offer him what they offer him, then fine. Why not? But at the same time, the only reason why, and this is just my opinion, based on the business of boxing and my knowledge, the only reason why a fighter should come out of the cloud and underneath the umbrella of a promoter is when your name sells itself. In other words, is the promoter's taking a lot of risks when you're signed with the promoter to get you exposed, to put out the marketing dollars, to put out the resources and efforts to promote you and put you in the proper fights that will cater to your style and your strengths to continue to win and look good while winning. But if you are a free agent and you don't have a name for yourself that's going to generate ticket sales and generate pay-per-view buys and generate closed circuit and all the other methods that promoters make money and fighters make money and managers make money, then it's best that the risks not be all on you outside the ring as the fighter. The risk is already on the fighter for everything they have to do outside the ring and training, living a specific lifestyle, and inside the ring. But outside the ring, the guys and ladies with the suits and boots on, you let us handle that part. And so all I'm saying is, hey, if his name is not big enough yet, $3 million per fight sounds good to me. But it doesn't mean that it's going to sound good to Shakur because he believes that he's worth more than $3 million per fight. But we got to keep it all the way real. And this is not an attack or a shot at Shakur. But Shakur Stevenson only does well in his hometown in Newark at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. We haven't seen him outside of there, but except for one time, that was on a Thursday when he fought the guy, I believe his name was De Los Santos, on a Thursday night in Vegas, right? So now we got to see Ken Shakur Stevenson be a headliner where he's fighting at another venue. And then that will be a start to determine whether or not his market value is what he feels that it is. Because it's all about testing the market. I mean, we can say we feel like our worth and value is this or that, but you have to test the market to see if anybody is willing to put up the money if you're not performing the way the people, the fan base wants you to perform. I like how Shakur Stevenson performed, always have. But some people think that he should go in there, knock people out, become a fan favorite. And so if that's what the casual fans are attracted to, and then you're not producing and performing that way, that can also go bad for a fighter and their marketability. Double salute again to my guy, Dean, by any means. He's coming right through in the chat. Dean, thank you for your super chat again, brother. Dean says in the super chat, Floyd is an option. Why not GTD? What's the difference? Well, the difference is that Gervonta Tank Davis, Dean, and everybody listening, is not signed under Floyd Mayweather's banner. The bottom line is they all got to go through the great Al Heyman. But I do believe if Shakur Stevenson and his representation sit down with Al Heyman and they come to an agreement, it will be a very, very easy negotiation to make Shakur Stevenson versus a Tank Davis fight just like that. Any thoughts on anything I said, D-Town?
I mean, you just spitting real facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people know about it, some people don't, but everything's lining up with the plumb ball. I mean, Shakur Stevenson can say that he's worth more. A lot of these fighters that come from Top Rank believe that they are worth more. I mean, we've seen it time and time and time. But is he ready to do the lead work? If he want to go off and do his own thing, he don't want no promoter. He wants a advisor like Al Heyman or whatever the case is. He's going to have to go out there and sell himself. He's going to have to go out there and go talk. He's going to have to be in social media. He's going to have to back up his words. I mean, he's going to have to sell something to the fans. You know what I'm saying? So is he ready for that? I mean, according to the videos that we see, Shakur Stevenson, he says a little something here, a little something there. I mean, he's not really a talker. But, he claimed that he's ready for the bright lights. Like you say, the numbers got to back you. The fans got to back you. It's a lot of things. Where you getting your money from? I mean, you might as well go get you a guaranteed. The only person going to lose is the promoter. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what do you want? You want to go out and step out on your own? You want to bet on yourself? Go ahead and do it. But which way do you want to go? Because you can't tell a promoter you want more money. They're only going to give you what they think you're worth. I mean, he know how much he get paid to fight. He know if he's ready to step out into the streets and do his own thing. I mean, fans, we want to see something. And we're not trying to see no hyped up videos. Anybody can dance and twerk on a video, but when it's time to pull off, put the hands, like AB. the Can Man. Anybody can get it. He get in the ring. He the only one getting it. You know what I'm saying?
But this what you got to read. But that's true. But this is why I love Adrian Broner. He make you think. This time, I'm gonna let my hands go. This time, don't worry about last time. And people believe, and they still pay for the ticket. They still pay. In this case, Triller $40. You know what I mean? I think it was $30 or $40 to watch him fight Blair. Bottom line is they believe. He still goes to the press conference. He make you believe he gonna let his hands go and do something he's never done before. And then when he get in there, he turns into the old Adrian Broner. But hey, you pay. And so that's what Shakur's gonna have to do. I guess that's what you saying.
Yeah, and it's many different ways to look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like fans get restless. I remember when Deontay Wilder said that he was gonna show up and show out. He did what he could, but he got that NyQuil. What you call hit him with that NyQuil, he went to sleep. So fans, they gonna be like, look, man, I don't want to hear all that. You can say whatever you want to do in a video. If I'm gonna spend my money, I need to see something. And like I see, some of the comments, people say that we ain't gotta see no knockout. We just gotta see some performance. We gotta see some scuffle up. We need to see some furniture moving around this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't seeing that, then we ain't buying that. But I mean, his fight wasn't on pay-per-view anyway. So I mean, I guess people just watched it, but I don't know, man. To me, I can't waste my time just seeing some regular stuff. I mean, I need to see something that's gonna work. That's gonna be worth me buying some hot wings and pizza and sit down and watch it. I gotta spend my money, even though it's not pay-per-view, I gotta spend my money to sit down, and my time is precious. So, to each his own.
And ESPN Plus, that is like the pay-per-view arm for
Okay.
ESPN. And so, technically it was kind of a pay-per-view. But if you look at the price point, you see, that's the part that I've already calculated this when Terrence Crawford was there. And I was getting backlash for it. And I'm not going to do it tonight with Shakur, but what I'm saying is if you want to bet on himself, he has to basically know in his heart that he's worth more than 3 million to fight. But it's not about what he feels. He has to know in his heart when they give him the numbers and show him this is what you've been doing. It's not about how you feel or what you think. The realities are in the numbers, and numbers don't lie. And that's basically all I'm saying. Double salute, Many Face Publishing. Thank you for the support in the Cash App. Thank you for your contribution. Many Face Publishing says in the Super Chat, not the Cash App, the Super Chat. Sorry about that. Boxer and prize fighter is different. One is a skill set. Two is an entertainment utilizing his skill to please fans and sell tickets. You're absolutely correct. It's still a business at the end of the day. And if a promoter is going to have to pay a fighter $3 million per fight, then how much is the promoter thinking about making? If they got to lose $3 million for one fighter, and that's not including all of the other fighters that's going to compete on that entire card. That's not including the other expenses associated with promoting an event. So if Shakur Stevenson is getting paid $3 million, that number is nothing to sneeze at, especially when a guy like Shakur is very talented, but he's not a fan favorite compared to like a Tank Davis, who goes in there and, basically knock people out because that's what most people want to see. Double salute to my guy, Michael Dangerfield. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Double salute to my guy, Andre Noble. He's a supervisor and Roll the Tape film crew member and also a member of the channel. Now that we got all that out the way, I have to get the people what they want. The people want to hear me talk about Ryan Garcia. Y'all ain't never want to hear me talk about race relations no other time, some of you. But I'm going to oblige you today because Ryan Garcia is still getting a lot of press. I mean, people on YouTube talk more about Ryan Garcia than the entire sport of boxing. And I guess it's good for the algorithm. People are making money as content creators, and I salute that. But we got to deal with the realities today. I didn't jump on the bandwagon and make all these videos like everybody else because it wasn't as important to do so because everything was saturated. Now it's important because I think now will get more people's attention because most people are going to start talking about other things, and that's good. But now you came to the right place because there's only one thing that I provide you here besides entertainment and education. There's one thing, and that's truth. And we're going to deal with it. And I got my brother Detail Boxing here as well. I'm sure he have some things that he said on his channel. And we don't all have to agree. It's not even about agreeing or disagreeing. What it's about is truth. Now let's deal with it. Ryan Garcia used the N word several times. In the context in which he used the N word several times, he was as guilty and wrong as he was when he used it. In other words, there is no context that Ryan Garcia could have used that N word in and still got a pass for it. There is no place for using the N word as a professional boxer, especially on social media, especially when you're quote unquote not Black or African American. Now, we got to deal with this. I'm going to start everything off by telling you right now, contrary to popular opinion, contrary to popular narratives about me, I do not and has never once condoned the behavior patterns of Ryan Garcia. I ask all of you to hold me accountable to the words I say and not the words I don't say. I never said one time that I approve of these behaviors that Ryan Garcia is doing. Nor do I approve of Ryan Garcia using the N-word. Ryan Garcia was wrong, D-Town, for using the N-word. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna turn my amber lights on. I'm gonna then extend the red stop sign while the amber and red lights are on my school bus. I'm gonna stop right here. Without you going too deep yet, D-Town. I just want to ask a question. You can give your little spill on just this part. Do you have a problem with Ryan Garcia using the N-word? Was he wrong for using the word, the N-word, N-I-G-G-E-R or N-I-G-G-A or whatever, the N-word? What's your take on him just using it? We'll get to the other stuff in just a second.
Yeah, I said many times that he shouldn't have used it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't approve of the word. I don't even say the word. I don't agree with him saying it, especially he's in social media. A lot of people look at him. You know what I'm saying? So he got to be held accountable for using those words. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take.
Yes. So I want to hold Ryan Garcia accountable. Ryan Garcia, if you're listening, you might be in rehab and somehow, some way, I might be in your news feed. If you know Ryan Garcia, he ain't listening, which he probably don't. Ryan Garcia probably don't even know who I am, which doesn't make no difference to me. Ryan Garcia, you were wrong. You can't use the N-word under any circumstances, whether you were drunk or not. But I have a question, Detail. We need answers. What I want to know from the chat, and it will be helpful if somebody can super chat the answer to me, because we have expenses here. Why can't Ryan Garcia use the N-word? I don't think, I don't know if people, because I wasn't on YouTube for the past couple of days. I don't know what's been going on. Why can't Ryan Garcia use the N-word? Can somebody answer that question for me? It would be nice if you just put it in the $1.99 super chat if you can. If you want to say it for free, that's even better. I just want to know, what's the big deal? I'm just asking a question. I didn't hold him accountable now. Y'all know my stance on it. I just have a question. I got more stances on it. I just have a question. I want to know, because everybody's been talking about it. Why is Ryan Garcia wrong for using that word? Why he can't use it? I want to know. Somebody said he can't use it because we said so. I just want to know. Creole, I see you. Somebody said uh, he can't use the N word because he whipped Devin Haney. That was that's crazy. Hey, Creole, that's a shame, man. I just want to know. Can somebody tell me why can't Ryan Garcia use the N word? Tell me why. I just want to know. Why is it wrong that Ryan Garcia used that word? Can somebody just answer the question? The viewership is here. It's increasing exponentially. Can somebody just answer that question? I want to set a foundation here because I want to deal with Ryan Garcia. I want to deal with him, but I want to make sure when I deal with this young man, I want to make sure that I'm doing it with the proper context. Why can't Ryan Garcia use the N word? I just want to know. Double salute to Mustafa again in the super chat. Thank you for your contribution. Mustafa says in the super chat, open up them lines, Marty. I don't have a phone line, but I can't let other people on after the show is live because I'm going straight through YouTube uh, platform instead of StreamYard. Andre Noble said, because the N word is a racist word. Uptown Boy in the chat says, because unlike other derogatory terms for other cultures, our people have died behind that word. Okay. Somebody else in the chat said he can't use the N word because he disrespected black people. That's why. Somebody else said because Devin Haney lost and people are mad. Somebody else in the chat says because of the history of that word, obviously. It's disrespectful. Somebody said because he's Mexican. Somebody else said because he ain't black. And somebody said because the WBC. So we got something here. This is going to be great because now we have context. Big Dog says because that word promotes racism. So we got some answers, D-Town. Some answers that you read, I read, the people in the chat read, people that's going to watch the live on the replay version of this going to read the chat. People are saying it's disrespectful to use that word. Some other people said because he's Mexican, that's why. Some people said because it promotes racism. That word is disrespectful. That word has a derogatory connotation associated to it. That word demeans black people, and our people, black people, have died over the word and for the freedom of people not using that word. I said the freedom of people not using it. That'll hit you when you get off this live and you walk in your kitchen. That's going to hit you. You'll understand where I'm going with that. Somebody else said he can't use it because we said so. And so now we got to deal with the facts now. I want to say something. And what I want to say, D-Town, is that the N-word has allowed black people to be desensitized by it. In other words, is we've heard the word being used for so long that we're desensitized by hearing it in the black community. I mean, I want to play some audio of some people that I've heard use the N word. And I want to know if you can identify these voices. And if you can't, I'm going to tell you the author of these words. Because we see that this word, this disrespectful word, this word that promotes racism, this word that's derogatory, this word that has caused blacks to die, this word that is so egregious that it shocked black people who are content creators all across the YouTube boxing community. And so the deal is, we want to know why Ryan Garcia can't use it. That's what I want to know anyway. Detail. That's what I want. I want to know why the man can't use that word. And there's a reason why I'm asking that question. And I know that Ryan Garcia is wrong. So we talked about that already. He's wrong for using that word under any circumstances. Okay? Just wanted to put that out there. Just give me a second. I want to play some audio, Detail. I want to play a little excerpt here. And I need everybody in the chat to stay with me and everybody watching the replay of this live, because I want to deal with something, and I'm going to let Detail cook, and then we're going to continue the air fry on this. I just wanted to point something out real quick, Detail. Can you hear me, D? I'm not finna let no, especially if I respect somebody, I'm not finna let you define me. I went to his neighborhood. Did I or did I not, Chat? I pulled up where you at. You didn't never bother to reach out to me. I know Fanon has reached out to me before. He has. He's been on my channel before. Marty, you have never reached out to me, bro. So, like I said, we talked about it like men, bro. Like in the moment, I'm like, it's whatever, bro. I still don't really have no hard feelings. He said I never reached out to him. Champside, I'm reaching out to you right now. I gotta ask you something. It's like, damn, bro, I hate to interact with dudes through negativity for the first time. It's kind of sad, honestly. I'm not finna let no, especially if I respect somebody, I'm not finna let you define me. Yeah, bro, everybody clout chasing right now. And it's sad because, Chat, the only thing, the reason why I'm getting so much attention is because I checked Ryan for his racism, right, Chat? So I check Ryan for racism, I go viral. Now all the black channels want to go at me and diss me and, oh, you got this ego, you got an ego. Man, these smaller channels are killing you, right? That's what you said, right? For now, I know you was talking about me, because right before that, you said that you was watching Manager Marty. So I got an ego, and Manager Marty is killing me, right? What did he kill me about? Tell me. That was Champside. Now I want to stay right there because I'm setting a foundation. Hold on one second, Detail.
Devin is with Snack and tested. I meant to say he gets his drug test collected by Vada and tested by Wada Usada, right? And so does Boots, right? So if Boots ain't with Snack, fine, bro. I'm just saying, man, people pick and choose what they want to fucking be outraged about and what, you know what I mean, when they want to nail you down about something. And bro, he was fishing for something, man.
Fishing, bro. He was fishing. It was almost embarrassing for himself, bro. He was embarrassing himself. like he actually thought he was getting somewhere.
I was like, when he was like, "Oh, I got you." I'm like, bro, I was at the crib like, oh my God, why this dude keep asking me the same thing? He's trying to put words in my mouth, and what did you mean by that though? What did you mean? I'm like, nigga, what I said?
What the whoa. They talking about me, D-Town. What did he say? Hold on for 1 second. Hold on, let me rewind that part. Because they were talking about me. Well, let me rewind that. Hold on.
That's what I was like, when he was like, "Oh, I got you." I'm like, bro, I was at the crib like, oh my God, why this dude keep asking me the same thing? He's trying to put words in my mouth, and what did you mean by that though? What did you mean? I'm like, nigga, what I said? Right?
That's Champside D-Town? Is that it? I want to make sure there's no, I didn't disguise my voice. Is that him?
Yep.
He was talking about me?
Yep.
Okay. All right, y'all, stay right there. I want to play another excerpt. Don't move. Stay right there. Me and D-Town we want to tell you something. Don't move. Just stay right there. Just stay right there and don't move. Hold on 1 second.
Analyst Weekly, you know.
Instead of being all in the videos, sending niggas bottles.
Wait, whose voice is D-Town? I want to make sure we. Do you know who voice was that, bro?
So like Champside.
No, just now. I'm gonna play it again.
Fight. We're doing our job. He's not doing his job.
Exactly. And we're doing a better job with here. Yeah, that's what's going on. Exactly. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a box of Analyst Weekly, you know.
Instead of being all in the videos, sending niggas bottles and all of that.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
Knock a nigga out, you know, and preferably not on the street.
Is that Mace? Murder Mace? Mason Betha? Pastor Mason Betha? Is that him? I think that was Mace. I'm gonna play it again because some people in the chat know it's him, but some people still confused. I'm gonna play that last part again.
Yes. But they named you Pillow Hands.
And that's our job.
That's our job.
His job is to fight. We're doing our job. He's not doing his job.
Exactly. And we're doing a better job with here. Yeah, that's what's going on. Exactly. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a box of Analyst Weekly, you know.
Instead of being all in the videos, sending niggas bottles and all of that.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
Knock a nigga out, you know, and preferably not on the street.
Yeah.
That was Mace, right? Okay. Pastor Mason Betha, that was him. I'm gonna rewind it to hear what Cameron had to say. They both were referring to Shakur Stevenson, by the way.
You talking about Mace, right? The one that
the rapper.
The one that used to be with Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
And now he's supposed to be some kind of minister now.
Yeah. They got the podcast popping.
Yeah, I know.
Really good podcast. They doing a good job. But I'm just trying to understand something. Now, this is Cameron. That was Mace. Same segment. They were referring to Shakur Stevenson. And here is Cameron.
Talking about somebody who lost. And I get it. You're a great boxer. I talked about that with Floyd. I was saying that before Floyd was money made, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was getting in fights. He was thumping it out paws with niggas. He was knocking niggas out.
That was what he, let me rewind. I want to make sure we heard him. He said before Floyd Money made, he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He was knocking.
I'm gonna come see you. Now, yesterday when we was talking about the fight, I said it seems like we're talking about somebody who lost, and I get it. You're a great boxer, and I talked about that with Floyd. I was saying that before Floyd was Money made, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was getting in fights. He was thumping it out paws with niggas. He was knocking niggas out. Over 50% knockout rate from the.
That was Cameron. Let me play another excerpt, and I want to see something real quick, if y'all don't mind.
That nigga's an opportunist. One day you're shitting on the PBC, the next day you dick ride the PBC, and one day you're shitting on this guy, next day you dick ride this guy. Somebody throws a big enough bag at you, and now they're the greatest motherfucker in the world. Just the same way, Marty, you are fucking. These niggas is, all of these niggas is goofballs. All of these niggas is fucking goofballs. I sat right next to this nigga, Marty, at the fucking Spence fight. Sat right next to this nigga.
All right. That's BFTB. Y'all want me to rewind it again like I did everybody else? Okay, stay right there. I sure will. Hold on one second. I just want to play this again.
Then you shitting on this guy, next day you dick riding this guy. Somebody throws a big enough bag at you, and now they're the greatest motherfucker in the world. Just the same way, Marty, you are fucking. These niggas is, all of these niggas is goofballs. All of these niggas is fucking goofballs. I sat right next to this nigga, Marty, at the fucking Spence fight. Sat right next to this nigga.
All right, that was BFTB. I've heard enough. Most of you heard me play that excerpt before. I'm trying to figure out something, Detail. In the chat, I asked, why can't Ryan Garcia use the N-word? And people in the chat said, it's disrespectful, it's a derogatory term because of the history of the word, its the meaning. Black people have died over the use of that word. It promotes racism. That's what we heard and saw in the chat. So my question becomes, if Ryan Garcia can't say the N-word because it's disrespectful, it promotes racism and all the other isms, the history of it, it has a negative connotation associated with it. So then how come it's cool for other people to use that word if what y'all said in the chat is true? I'm just asking the question. We're going to deal with it now. Because you just heard BFTB use the N-word when he was referring to me. You heard Champside use the N-word when he was referring to me. You heard Cameron use the N-word when he was referring to Floyd Mayweather knocking people out. You heard Pastor Mason Beffa, the Reverend. You heard him publicly use the N-word referring to Shakur Stevenson knocking ends out. So if all of these things are true about the N-word, then how come other people who were Black, by the way, all those excerpts I just played for you, they were from Black people, Black men, and some of those references was towards me. another black man, and how can they get away with using this N-word if it's all the things that y'all said about this N-word in the chat? Detail, what's your take on all of that, brother?
Well, first of all, most of these people have tunnel vision. So they'll say something and do something because majority of the people is running behind it without actually knowing, the whole scope behind it. If I'm offended, like me, I don't curse. I don't say the N word. I don't do none of those things. And if I'm offended and I don't say it, then I wouldn't expect for somebody to say it to me. So if I'm offended of the N word and I don't want nobody else to say the N word toward me or anybody else, then I can't say it either. Just like the Bible say that you should be the first partaker of those things that you asked him. And like the Bible say that many people are going to be persecuted, but be judged by their own actions. So if you are allowing yourself to say the N word, but you don't want nobody else to say the N word or some other race to say the N word, and you say it's disrespectful, you say that it's degrading, it got a lot of history behind it. Well, why would you call me that then? I know a lot of brothers and sisters that don't approve of the N word or to be called that. No matter if you saying it as a homeboy or homegirl, whatever the case is, I don't approve of it. Call me who I am. Call me by my name. Call me by D-Town. Don't call me that. So for me, I don't expect for nobody to call me that, and I'm not gonna call them that. So if I feel offended of that word, then I'm not gonna use it either. That's my take on it.
Understood. I saw somebody in the chat who said, and I was waiting for this to come, that Ryan used the letters ER at the end, not like us black people who use NIGGA. I'd be a hypocrite like most of you. I'd be a hypocrite. And so there is no such thing as ER or NIGGA. Just like there's no such thing with the F word. It still has a negative connotation to it. Now, somebody's going to say, Marty, as blacks, we hijack the word and we use it as a term of endearment. That is ignorant to say that. That's foolish to say that. But I got something for you if you do think that to help you out. Would you use NIGGA in a job interview? Just say it in the chat. If you don't want to super chat it, just say it regularly in the chat, man. Because remember, there's nothing wrong in some people's mind with using NIGGA, right? All right, cool. So would you use it in a job interview? Yes or no? What about at the bank when you're conducting a business transaction regarding your finances? Would you use it there? What about in your religious sect? Let's say you are a religious person or you have a faith. Would you use it in the church, the mosque, the priest quarters, the pulpit, the sanctuary? I'm just trying to look for words that's religious. Y'all know what I'm saying. Would y'all use it there? You wouldn't use NIGGA there? Why not? If there's nothing wrong with using the word, if there's a distinction between NIGGA and NIGGER, then why not use the NIGGA in other places? Because there's something wrong with using the term, period. It don't matter if I use it publicly or privately. That's wrong. So if Ryan Garcia can't use the word, and he is wrong for using the word, which y'all all heard me say, he was wrong. And even in the context of him using it, he's still wrong. Then black people, we can't use it either. Because if you say that the reason why you as a content creator did a video about Ryan Garcia using the N-word because it was insulting, then you are a hypocrite. If you a content creator and you ask somebody else about it, and you yourself use that word, you too are a hypocrite. Let's keep it all the way 100 now. This is what you came here for. You came here for truth. See, I don't just look at little bits and pieces of stuff that happened. Just check my resume on YouTube. Check my history. I always give you the whole picture, don't I? So I'm not going to stop today. Y'all heard Champside use the N-word when he was referring to me, a black man. So if Ryan Garcia wrong for using it, Champside was wrong, and he be saying it on his channel from what I saw people in my chat just say. If Ryan Garcia was wrong based on the reasons why he shouldn't use it, then BFTB is wrong for using it when he referred it to me, a black man. We got to keep it all the way 100 now. I was told the reason why I should speak on it is because I'm black. So I figure I can talk to the audience whether you black or not. If the N-word is disrespectful, if it promotes racism, if it's derogatory, if it's not to be used by anyone, this is stuff that we saw in the chat here. If the history of the word is negative, if black people died over the word, if all these things are true, nobody can use the word. Period. Under no circumstances. We just can't use it, whether we're black or not. And Ryan Garcia used the word publicly. But some of your favorite content creators, they use it publicly and they don't go through the same scrutiny as Ryan. So we holding Ryan Garcia accountable. And I'm going to hold you accountable if you say it publicly like him. Now, if you say it privately, that's your business. It is what it is. But you can't come out publicly like you're a black activist and try to act like you're insulted and demeaned by him saying the word when you use it. You're being a hypocrite. So I challenge every content creator. That's why I said I had a message for Champside and all of you. You ain't got to like me, but you're going to believe me. From now on, black content creators, because Ryan Garcia, he set the premise for doing something publicly derogatory to our people. Ryan Garcia was wrong. So from now on, every black content creator should not use that word, the N-word, publicly again. Now, you already done posted videos with the word in it, so I guess there's nothing we can do about that.
Mhm.
You could privatize the video, but that ain't my challenge. My challenge is moving forward as a black content creator. Don't use the word again publicly. If Ryan Garcia shouldn't use it publicly or privately for his matter, nobody should. Nobody should, because of the definition, because of the reason. That's where I'm coming from. Nobody should use it.
Mhm.
And I'd be a hypocrite. So, Ryan Garcia, you're wrong. Don't use the word again, Ryan. I hope you wouldn't. There's consequences. And this is a part of Ryan Garcia's consequences of people talking to him or talking for him or talking about him on these social media spaces. This is consequence. But if you are a black American, please stop using the N-word, because when Ryan Garcia said it, apparently it didn't affect all of you. Don't sit up here and act like, oh my God, I was so offended when I heard. No, you wasn't. You ran right to a YouTube channel. Let's keep it. Hey, Don, you know me, baby. I keep it all the way on it. When people heard Ryan Garcia say that, some people pulled their phone out or their camera and said, it's time to create content. And then use the N-word while they was creating the content. Stop being a hypocrite. If Ryan can't say it, and we know he can't, and if no other race can say it, black people, we can't publicly say it either. So Ryan Garcia was wrong? Yes, he was. He sure was wrong. But if you ain't willing to suffer the same consequences that you putting out on him, you being a hypocrite. Y'all hear that in the background? That's the ambulance gonna go pick up somebody's feelings. Hurry up, ambulance. Feelings is hurting. That's the ambulance gonna go pick somebody's ego up that's bruised. Hurry up, ambulance, go get him. If a white person, a Mexican, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, or any other nationality cannot use the N-word, black people, we can't either. Now, I know people are going to say that I'm taking up for Ryan Garcia again, D-Town. People going to say that D-Town boxing is taking up for Ryan Garcia again. They ain't going to hold me accountable for the words I said about him being wrong. They're going to look at the fact that I'm holding them accountable for being a hypocrite. And these black men were referring to me, a black man. BFTB and Champside, my brother. And when Champside referred to me, it sounded like he was on the phone with a guy from England. You can say I'm half-stepping. Show me the error of my ways. Just show me how I'm half-stepping. If it's cool for a black person, Mustafa, to say the word, then tell us that. And I'll stand corrected, my brother. If that word should only be reserved for blacks to use, let me know. Because I thought that when I asked y'all that question in the chat, y'all all said, most of y'all said it was disrespectful. That word, the N-word, is disrespectful. It has a derogatory or a negative connotation to it. Says that the word promotes racism. So I'm just trying to figure out if this word has that much impact of demeaning an entire race, then that same race just can't use it. I mean, what? D-Town, I could be wrong, bro. They sending another ambulance out there. I see it. They didn't even get there yet. They sent somebody else. Man, listen, somebody's feelings need to get picked up. Their ego's gonna be bruised after this. What's your take on it, D? I ain't gonna dominate the whole thing, brother.
I mean, it's sad to see. We both said that we don't approve of Ryan Garcia saying it, but they'll overlook this and mad at us because we saying they can't say it either. What kind of people is this? You know what I'm saying? When he said that, I wasn't offended. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I wasn't offended, but he shouldn't have said it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't label myself as that. No matter if somebody, label us as that or whatever the word meaning is, I don't label myself as that. So I wasn't offended when he said that. Now, was he right? He wasn't right. Because a lot of people was offended. You know what I'm saying? It might be the way he said it. It might be just him saying the word. Whatever the case is, he shouldn't have did it. But guess what, though? You can't either. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no way that you can sugarcoat it by saying that it's all right for brothers and sisters to say that word. If you said that word, it's not right. It has a bad meaning. It's degradeful. It's demeaning. You know what I'm saying? It's some kind of slander. You know what I'm saying? ER or NA, whatever the case is. There's no way to slice it. If it's bad for them to say it, it should be bad for you to say it. We should know better. That's the sad part about it. We should know better. If the word that NR or A or whatever was toward us, then we should be the first ones not to say it. You know what I'm saying? We should know better. And you got people out here acting like that is okay. Just like I see in the comments, they were saying that Lil Wayne had a song out saying F the, you know what I'm saying, and all this. We should know better. If our grandparents and our fathers and our grandmothers and our family members been through all this behind that, then why should we say it? We should be the first ones on the list not to say it before anybody else. But people out here acting like that we wrong because we said we shouldn't say it either. I mean, I just don't understand. It's like talking to grown elementary people. You know what I'm saying? Where are we saying that it's all right for Ryan Garcia to say it? We never said that. If you don't want him to say it or nobody else to say it, we should be the first on the list because it happened to our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? We should be first on the list. But evidently, it's going one ear and out the other. So I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad.
And you know, it's not about whose fault it was, Randy. Please stop, because I see you. Every time you're in my chat, Randy, you do this. You're trying to say, so it's our fault that Ryan said it? Who said? Hold me accountable, Randy. You see, this is what I have to deal with, D-Town. Hold me accountable for the words I say, not for the words I didn't say. You never heard me say one time or even reference or insinuate or infer that it's black people's fault that Ryan Garcia said that, bro. Everybody knows this channel. If you've been here, you know that when I have a panel and people that's not regulars on the channel, they come up here and they express their thoughts and opinions of boxing and they use the N-word. I stop them in their tracks publicly every time and say, yup, we can't use the N-word here. What people do privately, what I say privately, what you say privately, it doesn't make a difference. It's still wrong. But my point is, I'm talking about publicly on this channel, that word is not allowed to be used here. Now, if this is why I should have spoke on it because I'm black, well, that's why I'm speaking on it. Y'all said I should speak on it because I'm black, right? Not because this have anything to do with boxing. Not because this have anything to do with the business of boxing. The only thing I can say about this as far as business is Ryan Garcia, you're hurting your brand, Ryan, for using the word. This is not the press and publicity you need. Not for this. Yes, Ryan Garcia trolls. Yes, he get paid through social media. Yes, he is a drunk or alcoholic, rather. I'm not just calling him that. That's what his daddy called him. But what I'm saying is, it don't make a difference. He still shouldn't have used it. He still shouldn't have used it. So if he shouldn't have used it, then none of us can use it as well. And
I was saying I see somebody in the comments, I guess, was saying that have we ever, corrected anybody that used the N-word out in the public? But
yes.
if somebody says something to me, yes. But I mean, I can't tell a man what to say if he's speaking to somebody else. But the crazy thing is, the crazy thing about it, that a lot of these content creators and people out here that's crying about it, they probably ain't never corrected somebody who said the N-word out in public, and they the one who crying about it. So we need to ask them that. And we talking about it right now. Other content creators who saying the N-word. So that's us correcting people right now. We correcting, we doing it right now. We talking about people who got followings. And I was talking to somebody today about it. And I was explaining them the situation that, what we was going to say on the live. And I told a person that we see Hispanic people, we see white people, Asian people out in the world call each other, slang or whatever the case might be, the N-word. A lot of the people don't say nothing. They just sit there and watch it and be like, man, that's crazy. They go on by their business. But to be a part of the solution or a part of the problem, it starts with you, not with somebody else. How can you start a business, and you not following the game plan? The business start with you if you start the business. So the part of the solution, it starts with you, then it branches out. That's where it starts. But that's all I gotta say.
Double salute. Sin Ironheart, member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. Thank you for coming through, Sin Ironheart, as always, brother. Good to see you. So my challenge still stands. If you are a black content creator and you spoke on Ryan Garcia in any capacity using the N-word, I recommend you from now on. I challenge you. You don't use the N-word publicly either. It's very simple. We don't have to make this complicated. I'm going to close with this, and I'm going to let D-Town close us out. I was told by several people I should speak on this just merely because I was Black. And so what made me think about was the disrespect and the derogatory terms that I have to deal with on a consistent basis by other Black people here on YouTube, whether it be in the comments section, whether it be in my chat, whether it be on other people's platforms. You see, everybody want to be a Black activist now, D-Town.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Ryan Garcia used this N-word, I see a lot of content creators who are Black activists. I don't watch all these guys. I'm just saying, especially the two that I named that called me the N-word or referred to me as the N-word. Everybody want to be a Black activist. If you're going to be a Black activist, be a Black activist all the way. Don't wait till somebody like Ryan Garcia used the N-word and now you're a Black activist. No, you advocate for Black people all the way. Not when it's just someone of a different race attacking a Black person. You got to be a Black activist all the way. I'm going to leave with this. When the Asian woman, Rachel Donier, disrespected me, lied on me, and even insulted my son, my teenage son, you Black activists, y'all was cool with it. Y'all ain't hold her accountable. And I'm a Black man. Y'all was cool with it. Y'all was cheerleading that. Y'all was egging that on in her comment section. When Rick Glaser disrespected me on my own platform, a white man in his late 60s, the early 70s, I didn't do nothing wrong to him. He called me a clown. What are you, stupid? That's what he said. He went on a Twitter account and said that Manager Marty, this is a direct quote from that white man, Manager Marty is a lifelong loser. That's what he said. I ain't did nothing wrong to that man. Y'all was cool with it. Some of y'all Black activists, y'all ain't gonna check him. I'm a Black man. If Rick Glaser, and I said this back in September, if Rick Glaser was a police officer and he was in full uniform and he pulled me over in my vehicle, a Black man, and some of y'all was standing outside with your phones out and y'all heard Rick Glaser talk to me as a police officer the way he talked to me on my platform, y'all would have been crying racism and telling me to sue the police department. But y'all was cool with it. What about the other white guy, Victor Conti? When he was in my comments section, y'all know I got the receipts. When he called me homeless and he made a reference about my mama. I'm a Black man. Y'all Black activists, y'all was cool with it. Y'all ain't check him. It doesn't stop there. What about Nick J? I did nothing wrong to her either. When she went in YSM Sports Media comment section a couple of weeks ago and called me a whole fool. That's a Black woman talking to a Black man like that, insulting me. For what? I ain't do nothing. Y'all was cool with it. You Black activists didn't hold her accountable for publicly trying to shame and disrespect me. Y'all was cool with it. I'm a Black man. I know some of y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all be all right. What about when BFTB? He lied on me and tried to put a narrative out by saying I'm goofy and used the N-word when he said it. I sat right next to this N. Y'all just heard it. I just played it. I just played it for you. Y'all Black activists, Y'all didn't hold him accountable and say he shouldn't have said that about me. I'm a black man. He didn't have to refer to me as an N, right? The N word, right? What about when Champside? I just played his audio on his channel the day after he was here live. When I said I got him, which everybody knew I did get him, he contradicted himself and I caught him. But the bottom line is, he said, you just heard it, he was putting his head up in the sky like, oh man, he's asking me the same questions. What do I mean by this? And I'm like, what this N talking about? That's what he said. Y'all black activists didn't go hold that black man accountable and say he shouldn't refer to me as an N. But y'all want me to speak on this because I'm black, right? Oh, okay. What about when Blue Blood Sports TV? He lied on me. Said I flagged his channel. I'm a black man. Y'all black activists didn't go and check that man and tell him you lied on that man and you stealing his dance moves too. And you still lied after y'all met in Vegas. Y'all didn't go check him and tell him what he did was wrong to a black man who never provoked him. I'm just saying. So since I have the liberty, because I got to speak on this topic because I'm black, not because I'm a content creator talking about the business of boxing. No, it's because I'm black. We're gonna talk about it then. What about some of y'all black people that be in my comment section in my videos, calling me clowns and insulting me? I never insulted nobody in my chat, my comment section, whether you like me or not. And some of y'all be black too. I'm a black man. So all I'm saying is this. If you're going to be a black activist, advocate for all blacks and don't be a hypocrite. I'm not going to tell y'all what I thought about Ryan Garcia. I already said that already. I'm not here to appeal to you or please you. You already heard what I said earlier about what I think about what Ryan Garcia did. But like Jesus said in the scriptures, the same judgment that you use to measure someone else's behavior is the same measurement that's going to be used against you to judge you when you being a hypocrite. D-Town, I'm done. I'll let you close the show out, brother. I thank you for coming up. I appreciate you investing your time. I appreciate everybody in the chat, all the super chats, all the support. We need answers. D-Town, I'm going to leave with this again. I have to repeat this because this is important. Content creators, if you black, you don't like Ryan Garcia using the N-word, from now on, I challenge you and I hope you challenge yourself. Please, you can't use the N-word either publicly. Don't be a hypocrite. That's all I'm saying. It's on you, D.
What did Victor Conti say about me? Remember, he said something about me, and nobody said anything about it, only me and you. Remember, he said something in your comments about me and you.
He said that D-Town Boxing is a fool. The same thing that Nick J said about me. A fool. That's what he said. A white man said that to the black brother, D-Town Boxing. And y'all didn't advocate. Y'all didn't say, that's not nice, Victor Conti. D-Town Boxing didn't do nothing wrong. Disrespect that man. That's all we say. Hey, I'm just keeping it all the way real, like I always do. All right, I'm going to be quiet now, D-Town.
Now, I want to say something. I remember if we're going to hold Ryan Garcia, you know, to a certain standard about disrespecting people, but what about when Devin Haney said something, calling somebody white boy? You remember? He said, I ain't gonna never lose to a white boy. Now go up to a Caucasian person or whatever and call him that and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody come up to me and call me black boy. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna look at that as offensive. Nobody's talking about that. What about when Bill Haney said that he was going to send his son in there to do a legal homicide on Ryan Garcia? He's talking about this man dying. He said if he die, he die. But people talking about Ryan Garcia saying the N-word, but you got Bill Haney saying he sent his son in there to kill Ryan Garcia. I ain't seen not one video besides our video comment about that. killing Ryan Garcia, but it's okay though. But they talking about Ryan Garcia. How did that sit well with you? I don't want to see nobody die in the ring. I don't want to see nobody get hurt in the ring. I see many channels talking about the safety of boxing, but it's okay for Bill Haney to say if he dies, he dies. I'm going to send my son in there to do a legal homicide on this man. Nobody had a problem with it, but they talking about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia ain't talking about killing nobody, but they all up and down this man's back. What he did was wrong, yes, but what I'm saying is hold Bill Haney and Devin Haney to the same standard. Let somebody walk up to you and call you a black boy. I'm going to get mad. I'm like, who you talking to? You got me messed up. But call him white man. And this man is on TV. I mean, he's, in the channels. On people channels, YouTube channels saying this. But people okay with it. You know why? Tell you the truth, probably because they favorite fighter lost. That might be one of the reasons why. We seen other people say, you said something about Bernard Hopkins, you know what I'm saying? And other people said things. No problem. But Ryan Garcia beat their favorite fighter. Now it's all a brawl now. But that's all I got to say, man. We going to hold a standard to Ryan Garcia. Hold a standard to everybody else. It's not polite or nice to say that you're going to send your son in there to kill somebody. And I know a lot of people, they okay with it. You know why? Because it's their favorite fighter. That's why. But, I don't hang around people like that. People like that, I don't give them the time of the day. That's all I got to say.
All right, you got it. Double salute to Mustafa Black Castle again. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Mustafa asked in the super chat, what's your email address, Marty? My email address is martythemanager@gmail.com. Feel free to email me at any given time. Appreciate everybody coming out. D10, I'm going to let you close this thing out. It's on you, my brother.
Salute to everybody that came in. No matter if we agree or disagree, we all family. Just because we family don't mean that we have to agree. But guess what? We all can share our time, our precious time with one another, talk to people we might not never see a time of our life. So I appreciate taking time out to talk to every last one of y'all. Salute to every last one of y'all, my sisters and my brothers. Just remember, we don't have to agree, but guess what? Nobody about not mess with you. So we family for life. That's all I got to say. D-Town Boxing, Manager Marty. Peace out.